what happens when a woman turns 30 years old? Basically, she goes through a whole lot of changes, mostly social changes, where before she turned 30, she had the world at her fingertips, right? She was able to lock down and pretty much get any guy she wanted. And if she's still single the night she turns 30 years old, chances are, based on my experience and just basic observation as well as statistics, she will likely be single for the rest of her life. She will be probably doomed to the dating apps, going on endless amounts of first dates with new guys where it doesn't work out, and she's back on the app, going on another date, goes first date, doesn't work out, back on the app, goes another date, and she will basically live out this cycle for the rest of her life, becoming more and more bitter as she gets older, right? And this is why, if you're a woman who has not yet turned 30, I mean, if it were me, the thing that I would be focusing on the most right now would not be my career or my education. It would be on finding the right guy to settle down with and get married, okay? Because school's always going to be there. Jobs are always going to be there. Hey, man, 9 to 5 ain't going to go nowhere. But, you know, what is going to go somewhere is your looks, right? You're going to lose your looks as you get older. So this is why it's very important that you settle down before you turn 30, because if you stay out there in the dating wastelands beyond the age of 30, there's a very high probability, I'm talking over 90%, that you will remain out there in the dating wastelands for the rest of your life. And if that is not something that you want to do, then you want to make sure that you settle down before you turn 30 while you still have power, right? Because when you're in your 20s, you're basically at the peak of your power, right? You're at the peak of your looks, and you should take advantage of that. Right? You shouldn't be wasting that sitting in a classroom or a cubicle while your looks, deteriorate, right? No, you should be out there taking advantage of it, right? And finding the right guy, because whatever level of guy you can get in your 20s as a woman, you will not be able to get in your 30s. If you pass that guy up, that same high level dude will not be around in your 30s, or you will not have access to him, at least as far as a relationship goes. Might have access to him as far as sex goes. If you give him sex, sure, he'll hang out, but no more ring. He's not going to commit to that, because most high value guys want a younger woman, right? They want the new model. It's just the way it is. So the best thing you can do is settle before you turn 30 and not become damaged goods, right? And these women who end up becoming the DG end up becoming single and over 30, which unfortunately is a whole lot of women these days, right? There's this trend of women not getting married, bypassing marriage, putting it off. That's like the most foolish thing you could do. Freezing their eggs, very creepy. I would not want to be a child, I would not want to grow up to be told that I was sitting in a lab, basically as an egg, while, my mom was out there banging more dudes from the app. Would not want to hear that. However, many of these women these days are being encouraged to take that path and to focus on their education and their corporate careers and everything. Huge mistake. And we're already seeing signs of this, because of feminism in the 60s and all that women are the most unhappy than they've ever been before, right? And it's obviously overwhelmingly single women, right? And there's a darker theory to this that I have. Like, you might think, like, why would society want to encourage women to be single and miserable and not get married, not have husbands, and not have families? My theory is so they vote left. That's what my theory is, because if you look at overwhelmingly most 30 plus year old single females who have never been married, and never had a husband and never had kids, you will find that those women vote left, right? Overwhelmingly, almost all of them. However, like most married women, they've done studies on this, or polls. Most women who are married vote right. Isn't that funny? So it creates voters, which is, it's just very disgusting behavior. But anyway, because it creates a more dangerous society when women aren't getting married and they're just out there banging random dudes or having kids out of wedlock and just, having raising all of these kids in fatherless homes. It creates a dangerous society, right? Because obviously, you guys know, statistically, 83% of violent criminals in prison today came from single mother households. Why would you want to produce more of those dudes? Why? You're just going to create a more dangerous society. But regardless, most of these women who are over 30 and still single, because they don't have a man, because they don't have a husband, they make the government their husband, and I'm not left or right, by the way. I'm an independent, but I can see that, right? Even I can see what's going on. This is not, this is no accident that they're becoming, they're marrying the government and all of these programs, and they're bypassing marriage, and then they're just going around, and they're also being encouraged to sleep around, right? You see a lot of the mainstream media encouraging these women to just, do you, YOLO, have sex, get abortions, and they call it, what do they call it lately? They're calling it reproductive rights. Notice how the left, too, they're so evil. They have to keep rebranding things that are evil in order for it to sound good. Really, what is it? It's like baby killing, right? And then they found a better word, abortion, and then that became too ugly. Now it's reproductive rights, and I'm pretty sure they'll even rebrand that in the future, because really the thought about it, people don't like it. Like, something internally, as brainwashed as people are these days, something internally tells them, like, this is not right, this is not good. However, these 30 plus year old single women, because they're not married, they don't have a man, as they continue out there in the dating wastelands, they're just going to rack up more sexual partners between their legs, more sexual partners on their vaginal odometer, so to speak, to the point where they hit 100,000 miles, and it just, remember the old cars, guys, where it had like a 5-digit analog, and it would just flip around back to zero. You can remember the old cars? I had an IROC back in the day. I flipped it around back to zero after I drove around 100,000 miles. I was like, ooh, brand new car again, and so same thing with these women. It's just going to flip around. They're going to hit like 100,000 miles between their vaginal odometers, and they're just going to start spreading more diseases, STDs, and having more kids out of wedlock, and becoming more toxic, because as these women stay out there single, and they continue to just get used and abused by these random dudes on the dating apps, with none of them committing, because let's face it, most guys who know their value will not will never marry a woman over 30. They're just not going to do it, right? Most of these high value guys, which is what all these women want, like all these 30-year-old post-wall chicks all want these high value guys that they were able to get in their 20s. They just want to be able to get that guy still, to lock him down, and that guy won't, because he could get the younger woman. He doesn't need to settle for her anymore, especially with her racking up bodies between her legs. So it just gets worse and worse for these women after they turn 30, right? And you see a number of these women on their TikTok and their social media. I cover them a lot on my 33 Secrets channel. What do they do on their TikToks? All they do is complain about their dates. All they do is complain about men. Complain about that, they can't find anybody. Complain how hard it is out there. It's like, are you kidding me? It wasn't that hard in your 20s. And also, too, none of these chicks are bad looking that are complaining. I'm like, are you telling me you can't just get a normal looking guy that's on your level? You telling me you can't just get a guy with a decent job on your level? Of course you can. You don't want that. You want Chad. You want 6-figure stockbroker Chad that you were getting in your 20s that used to roll out the red carpet for you. You want that guy to come back in your life and put a ring on it. He's not. It's too late, right? You crossed the point of no return, which is 30. Right? That is the worst thing you want to do as a woman, is stay out there, unless that's what you want. But many of these women, as much as they say that's what they want, that isn't what they want, because then they get depressed later on in life, right? By the time they hit their 40s, they're like, hey man, this sucks. I'm tired of partying. I'm tired of going to Cabo. I'm tired of taking trips with my girlfriends. I'm tired of telling the same old story about another first date I had. I just want one man to come home to. I want a family. I want kids. I want to go to graduations. I want to go to, birthday parties. I want to cook. I want to bake cookies, and all this stuff. And then their internal like instincts kick in, where they're like, their motherly instincts kick in, where they're like, hey, I thought this was all just a social construct. How come I'm feeling this? It's because it's not a social construct. It's because you're supposed to be a mom. You're not, you were never designed to be on dating apps in your 30s and 40s and 50s. That is a social construct. As much as these women love to talk about social constructs, that's a social construct right there. Is staying out there in this dating wasteland, trying to land a guy that, you could barely get in your 20s, but now you're 10 years older, more wrinkles, more belly fat, more masculine, because as I teach you guys, these women become more masculine as they get older. Now no guy wants you, right? So that's what happens when a woman turns 30. It's the worst thing that you can do to yourself as a female. I would be pooping bricks right now if I was, about to turn 30 as a female. I would not want to be there. Even if I do want to have a career one day, or get my degree and all that, I would do that later on, after my kids are already grown. Maybe when they're about to graduate high school, I would think about that. But and that's something you could do when your kids are out of the house and you're an empty nester, because you and your husband will have loads of free time by yourselves, right? A lot of women dread becoming an empty nester because the kids are gone. They're off in college now, and it's just you and your husband. Now is the time. You want to go back to school, go back to school. You want to go chase your corporate career, go do that. Oh, it's too late. It's never too late, right? It's never too late. So that's all I'm going to say for tonight's coaching video. Drop your comments below. Anything you'd like to add, anything you'd like to share, drop them in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. So until next time, this is Matt Cross from Alpha Male Secrets, signing out from my garage, here with my DeLorean. No bookshelves yet, guys. No bookshelves. But I'm going to sign out here. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Also, hit that notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Obviously, helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. I need your help to help me promote this stuff by subscribing to my channel. Okay, it's free, doesn't cost anything. Hit that subscribe button, baby. Do it. Do it now, son. And for you guys who want to support my work and all of this red pill, gold pill, and platinum pill content, specifically for men, even further, the best way to do that is by becoming a premium subscriber of my premium Alpha Male Secrets channel, which I am hosting on a private platform away from YouTube, and that is to protect my content from YouTube in the event they shut us down one day, which they might, right? But if you're one of my premium subscribers on my premium Alpha Male Secrets channel, you will always have access to all of my premium Alpha Male Secrets content. And right now, it's only $1 for the entire first month of premium Alpha Male content from me. So take advantage of it, okay? Take advantage of it. All you need to do is click that link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. It just takes 2 seconds. So do that now, and I will see you in my next coaching video.